You can bet in a heartbeat that I make quality videos.
Now you know! Crows are quite similar to humans and visit their aging parents many years after they have left the nest. Crows are scary. They use tools, can be taught to speak, like parrots, have huge brains for birds. Like seriously, their brain to body size ratio is equal to that of a chimpanzee. They vocalize anger, sadness, or happiness in response to things. They are scary smart at solving puzzles. Some crows stay with their mates until one of them dies. They can remember faces. Side note here because holy shit! They did an experiment where these guys wore masks and some of them fucked with crows. Pretty soon the crows recognized the masks equals douchebag, but the nice guys with masks they left alone. Then, oh we're not done, no sir! Crows that weren't even in the experiment and never saw the mask before knew about masked dudes and attacked them on sight. They passed on the fucking information to their crow buddies. They remember places where crows were killed by farmers and changed their migration patterns. Guys, I'm really scared of crows now. Yeah, but have you seen this? Oh, it's a crow that's rolling over in the snow. A colleague of my dad's lives next to a lake and looked out the window one morning to see a duck trapped in the ice. A crow swooped down. Oh hell, she thought, expecting carnage because crows are opportunists. But the crow chipped at the ice with its beak until the duck was free. I don't know if this counts, but a few crows saved me from a magpie swooping attack once. They're bros who can tell when magpies are being unreasonable and need to chill. I love crows so damn much. When I was 15, I hit a pretty serious bout of depression, to the point I was in my room for months. Well, a family of crows made a nest in a tree outside my window. There were 2 parents and 2 chicks. One chick was healthy and strong. One was weak and had a caw like something being strained. It sounded more like a rooster crowing, and so my parents jokingly named him Buck. Well, months passed and Buck's sibling was taught to fly. His parents focused on the sibling because the sibling was strong. The father stayed behind to try and teach Buck, but I saw him try to fly, fall, and crash to the floor. His father helped him back up into the tree. Every day, I would watch Buck from my window until one day, I opened it and started talking to him. He was small and gangly and he couldn't caw right. His feathers were all over the place and I felt a kinship, so I made a deal with him. I told him that if he could do it, if he could fly, then I could find the strength to get up. Well, near the end of the season, after talking with him every day, I finally saw him get out of the nest. He went to the edge of his branch, braced himself, and jumped. And just before he hit the ground, he soared back up into the sky. I cheered harder than I ever had before. That winter, Buck left the area. I was crestfallen. I felt like I'd lost a friend, but I was so damn proud of him. Cut to the next spring, I'm walking up the driveway one day when suddenly I hear a sound. A broken caw. I look up, and Buck is sitting in a tree above my head. He stared at me and puffed his feathers, then hopped down in front of me and cawed again. I was so damn thrilled, and I told him how proud I was of him. He ruffled his feathers and then soared off into his old tree. That summer, I heard 2 broken caws, one from Buck and one from his chick. Cut to 10 years later, we have a family of crows who all have a very distinct caw, and they come here and spend every spring, summer, and fall on our property. Buck still greets me every spring. That last reply made me want to cry. That's so beautiful. Don't forget the Russian crow sledding down a roof. Not once, but twice. This one morning, I kept hearing really loud caws. I remember it was like 5 a.m., like really loud and annoying and aggressive, so loud that I could hear it through a closed window, and I eventually went outside to check it out. There was a crow on my front lawn. It had an injury on its head and couldn't fly, and there were 2 other crows circling right above it, and they were cawing like mad. I tried to get close and take a better look, and one of them dived super low and tried to attack me. So I went back in the house and chopped some sliced raw meat and tossed it at him from a distance. A few more times later, very soon after, they could tell I was trying to help and did not attack me. I was allowed to walk up close and pick him up. He couldn't drink water properly, so I had to dip my finger in a bowl and stick it in his mouth. I did this a few times a day, and it went on for about a week before he disappeared. I thought he recovered and left, but he came back the next day and lands on me, and I see him around the block quite often, and he would come sit on my shoulder for a few minutes and then fly away again. I feel like I've adopted a son. Best burbs! Your son is beautiful and strong. Every time I see this post, it has different crow stories, and every time I reblog it again because all crow stories are good stories. Like, I wouldn't want to be on bad terms with a crow, but they are a really smart animal. They aren't scary. You just want to be nice to them because they will know and they will remember, and they will pay you back if you treat them a certain way. As a side note, I volunteered at a rehab, Hope for Wildlife, where they were rehabbing a crow with a broken wing, who was named Russell Crowe. He kept pulling his bandage off, so a sleeve was cut off some old clothing and put on him like a little sweater. I don't think I'll ever not reblog this. This post makes me cry and smile at the same time. He's so handsome! I would trust a crow with my life. This is your regularly scheduled crow appreciation post. Many East Indians respect crows and low-key worship them, and now I know why. Fucking superb, you funky little death omens. Damn, now I want a crow.